Hello viewers, I hope you all are doing good. Welcome back to Stats Cosmos. We will now begin our journey into the world of statistics. The last video of discussion covered by the topics quartile deviation and coefficient of quartile deviation. In this video we are going to cover mean deviation and coefficient of mean deviation. Let's begin with its definition. The mean deviation is defined as a statistical measure that is used to calculate the average deviation from the mean value of the given data set. Here are the formulas in general case. Mean deviation about mean for grouped data and for ungrouped data. Here I have given the formulas for mean deviation about different averages such as mean, median and mode for ungrouped data and for grouped data. First let us see mean deviation about mean. The formula for ungrouped data is the ratio of sum of the absolute deviations of observations from mean to the number of observations given. And for grouped data it is sum of the frequencies multiplied by the absolute deviations of observations from the mean to the total of frequencies. And mean deviation about median is the ratio of sum of the absolute deviations of observations from the median to the number of observations. And for the grouped data it is the ratio of sum of the frequencies multiplied by the absolute deviations of observations from the median to the total of frequencies, which is capital N. Next, mean deviation about mode is the ratio of sum of the absolute deviations of observations from the mode to the number of observations given, and for grouped data it is the ratio of sum of the frequencies multiplied by the absolute deviation of observations from the median to the total of frequencies. These are the formulas for mean deviation about different averages. Now let us see what is coefficient of mean deviation then. The relative measure corresponding to mean deviation called the coefficient of mean deviation. It is calculated to compare the data of two series. The coefficient of mean deviation is calculated by dividing mean deviation by the average. If the deviations are taken from median, then we divide mean deviation by median. If the deviations are taken from mean, then we divide it by mean. If they are taken from the mode, then we'll divide it with mode. And here are the formulas for that. Coefficient of mean deviation is the ratio of mean deviation to the average, specified average. So if we are considering the deviations from the mean, it will be mean. If we are taking from median, then it will be the median, the denominator. If it is taken as mode, then the denominator will be mode. So now let us try to know how to calculate these values by using few examples. Numerical data I am taking here. First let us see in individual series how to calculate it. As we already know, the individual series is just the observations given here, ungrouped data. And here is the ungrouped data for which we have to compute the mean deviation and coefficient of mean deviation from mean and median is given in this example. So first of all, let us try to find out the mean value for this. So finding out the mean value is very simple. Find out the total of observations given and find the ratio of the total to the number of observations. So here, first of all, I am finding out the mean by just taking the ratio of the total of observations to the number of observations, which is here 13. After finding out the mean, next we are supposed to find out the absolute deviation of observations from the mean. That is modulus of x minus x bar, where x is the given variable which denotes the data values. So here finding out the deviation from every observation. So these deviations should be absolute, that is sign should be ignored. So 3 minus 13, the first value is minus 10. So as we are finding out the absolute deviations, it becomes 10. So similarly, the next value 7 minus 13, which gives you 6, and 12 minus 13, which gives you 1, and so on. In this way, you have to find out the absolute deviations and find out the total of that. And after finding out this total, so we are supposed to find out the mean deviation by using the formula sum of the absolute deviations divided by the number of observations given. So which is 34 divided by the 7. So we got the mean deviation value here as 4.86 for this problem. And the coefficient of mean deviation is the ratio of mean deviation from mean to the mean value. So 4.86 divided by 13, which gives you 0.374. So this is how to calculate the mean deviation and coefficient of mean deviation from mean. Similarly, for median, we will be finding out the median value first, and then the deviations, that is absolute deviations, are taken from the median instead mean. So the same procedure will follow. First of all, finding out the median includes arranging the data in either ascending order or descending order. So here we prefer ascending order, and you can observe, so the data is already in ascending order. If it is not in ascending order, so then we have to first arrange the data in ascending order, and the middle value will be your median if single middle value is there. So that is, for an odd number of observations, you can see only one middle value, one center value will available. If the even number of observations are given, then 2 central values will be given to you. So average of the 2 only your median. So here there are 7 observations already arranged in the ascending order, and the middlemost value is 14. So the median value is 14 now. So now we have to find out the absolute deviations of every observation from that 14. So 3 minus 14, which is 11. As we are ignoring the signs, so simply we have to consider it as 11. Next, 7 minus 14, it is 7. 12 minus 14, it is 2. So in this way, you have to find out the deviations and then find out the total of that. Now the mean deviation is same again. The ratio of the sum of the deviations values to the number of observations, which is 33 by 7, which gives you 4.71. And the coefficient of mean deviation from median is the ratio of mean deviation from median to the median. So 4.71 divided by the 14, which gives you 0.336. So this is how to compute the mean deviation and coefficient of mean deviation from mean and median. Let us also see how to compute these values from mode. So here is a data, individual data is given to you, ungrouped data. So mode is nothing but the maximum times occurring observation. So as we can see in the data, 3 occurs maximum number of times. So mode value is 3 now. So mean deviation, how to find out? First of all, find out the absolute deviations of observations from the average value. Here the average is mode. So we are going to find out the deviations of observations from the mode. So which is 4 minus 3 gives you 1, as we are ignoring the signs. So 2 minus 3, it will be 1 again. So in this way, first of all, you have to find out the deviations and find out the total. Here we got it as 11, and substitute in the formula of mean deviation, which is the ratio of the sum of the absolute deviations to the number of observations, which is 11 by 10, which gives you 1.1. And the coefficient of mean deviation is mean deviation divided by mode. So here the mean deviation from mode is 1.1, and the mode value we got it as 3. So 1.1 divided by 3, which gives you 0.3667. So this is how to calculate the mean deviation as well as coefficient of mean deviation in case of individual series. Now let us see how to calculate it in case of discrete series. So here is a discrete data. First of all, we are finding out the mean deviation about the mean. So we have to find out the mean value. So as we discussed before in central tendency video, how to find out the mean value in case of discrete. So the formula is sum of frequencies multiplied by the observations and find out sum of the frequencies, and the ratio of these two will give you the mean, right? So here, first of all, we are going to find out the mean. Summation Fi xi, so that is frequencies multiplied by the observations. We got it as 300. As you can observe, simply given data, write it in columns. If it is already in columns, then first two columns, if you do the product, then you will be getting Fi xi. And the total of that, we got it as here 300. And the total of the second column, which is total of frequencies, here it is 40. So finding out the ratio of the third column total and second column total will give you mean here, which is 300 by 40, 7.5. And now, after finding out the mean value, again the procedure is same. First of all, we have to find out the absolute deviations of observations from the mean. So mean is here 7.5, and the first observation you can see there it is 2. So 2 minus 7.5, which is minus 5.5. As we are finding out the absolute deviations, we will ignore the sign. So we will get it as 5.5. So in this way, find out all the absolute deviations of observations from the mean. And then here, as it is a group 2 data, we have to multiply it with the frequencies given. These absolute deviations are multiplied by the frequencies. So second column and the fourth column we have to multiply here. That is Fi multiplied by the deviations of observations from the mean. Fi modulus of xi minus x bar. So after finding out this, we have to find out the total of that. Here we got it as 92. And then now substitute in the formula. Mean deviation about mean for group 2 data is the ratio of sum of the frequencies multiplied by the absolute deviations of observations from the mean to the sum of frequencies. So that is 92 divided by 40, which gives you 2.3. Now the coefficient of mean deviation is that is the ratio of the mean deviation about mean to the mean. So which is 2.3 divided by 7.5, which gives you 0.3067. Next, we have the mean deviation from median example. So, and the coefficient of mean deviation for the same data. Here you can observe the discrete data is given to you. We have to find out the median for this data. And for discrete case, for finding out the median, we need one more column, which is cumulative frequency. So, and how to find out cumulative frequency column? In the previous videos, already we have learned. Once again, let me recall it. To get the first value of cumulative frequency column, take the frequency column's first value as it is. And to get the second value, add the first two values of frequency column. That is 8 plus 12, which is 20 in this example. And to get the third value, add the first three values of frequency column, which is 8 plus 12 plus 15, 35. And then we have to find out the remaining values of cumulative frequency also in the similar way. And after finding out this, to get the median, we are required to find size of the n plus 1 by 2th observation. Here capital N is the total of frequencies, which is 135. So 135 plus 1 by 2, which gives you 68. And this 68 we have to compare in cumulative frequency. If equal to value is there, then the corresponding x value will be the median. If equal to value is not existing in cumulative frequency column, then just greater than value of 68 we have to consider. That is just greater than value of n plus 1 by 2th quantity. So here 68 just greater is 74 in the cumulative frequency column. So the corresponding x value is your median, which is 47 here. After you get median value, we are required to find out the deviations of observations from the median. So here absolute deviations, as we are finding out, signs are ignored. So 12 minus 47 minus 35, as we are ignoring the signs, we can consider 35. Similarly, 18 minus 47 minus 29, and after ignoring the sign, we'll get 29. So in this way, we have to find out all the absolute deviations and then multiply these absolute deviations with frequencies and find out the total of this. And the ratio of this total to the total of frequencies will give you the mean deviation value. After getting the mean deviation value, to get the coefficient of mean deviation, we have to find out the ratio of mean deviation about median to the median. Here, mean deviation is the ratio of the last column to the second column total. So, which is 2179 divided by 135, which gives you 16.14. And the coefficient of mean deviation is the ratio of mean deviation to the median, that is 16.14 divided by 47. So, which is 0.34. Now, let us move to the next example, mean deviation about mode. For this, first we have to find out the mode value, and here we are going to use inspection method for finding out the mode. In this method, we are required to find the highest value of frequency column, and that corresponding xi value is the modal value. And here you can observe in this example, the highest value of frequency column is 26 and the corresponding xi value is 40. So now the modal value is 40. After finding out the modal value, we have to find out the absolute deviations of observations from that value. Here we are going to find out modulus of observations, that is xi minus z value is 40 here, as z is denoting the modal value. So after finding out this column, we have to multiply this column values with the frequency column values. Here we got it as 1310. So this total, if we divide it with the frequencies column total, then we'll get the mean deviation value. That is 1310 divided by 100, which gives you 13.1. After we get the mean deviation value, we have to find out the coefficient of mean deviation by finding the ratio of mean deviation about mode to the modal value. And here it is 13.1 divided by 40, which gives you 0.3275. So this is how to find out the mean deviation and coefficient of mean deviation in case of discrete series. So now let us move to the calculation of mean deviation in continuous series. First, here I took an example in which we have to compute the mean deviation and coefficient of mean deviation about mean. And here you can observe the class intervals and frequencies values are given, age groups and number of people. And as we can see here, the given series is exclusive series. If it is inclusive, then we have to convert it into exclusive. Here, what is inclusive series and what is exclusive series? Let me explain you. In the previous videos also, I have explained. It is very simple. If the upper limit of the first class is equal to the lower limit of the second class, then it is an exclusive series, as we are going to exclude the upper limit in the first class and we are going to include it in the next immediate class. Okay, so like this, we are going to exclude all the upper limits of the classes. So we are going to call it as an exclusive series. But in inclusive series, the same classes will be given as 15 to 24 and 25 to 34 and so on. You can observe the upper limit of the first class is not equal to the lower limit of the second class. So as it is an inclusive series. If inclusive series data is given, convert it into exclusive series to get the answers very easily. Now after finding out whether it is inclusive or exclusive, if it is exclusive, we have to move to the further procedure. And here, first of all, we have to find out the mid values of the given classes. So how to find out that is average of the lower limit and upper limit will give you the mid value of that corresponding class. So here the first class, if you observe 15, 25. Average is 15 plus 25 by 2, which gives you 20, which is the mid value of that class. And similarly, you can find out for the remaining classes also. After finding out the mid values, we have to find out the product of frequencies column and this mid values column. So which gives you Fi Xi. The total of this divided by the total of frequencies will give you the mean value. After getting the mean value, we have to find out the absolute deviations of the mid values from the mean value. Here we got the mean value as 33.684. So every value we have to subtract it from the mid values here. So 20 minus 33.684. So which gives you minus 13.684. As we are considering the absolute deviations, we will ignore the signs. In this way, find out all the absolute deviations and multiply it with the frequencies column, which gives you the total of the frequencies multiplied by the absolute deviations of observations from the mean value. Here we got it as 1090.1 and the frequencies total we got it as 133. If you find out the ratio of these two, it gives you mean deviation value. So which is 8.1962 in this example. And to find out the coefficient of mean deviation, we have to find out the ratio of mean deviation about mean to the mean value. Here it is 8.1962 divided by 33.684, which gives you 0.2433. I hope you understood. Now let us move to one more example in which we are going to find out the mean deviation from median. And here is the class intervals and frequencies given to you. First, we have to convert the classes into mid values, as I said before. Find out the average of lower and upper limits to get the medial values. And here, as we have to find out the median first for finding out the mean deviation about median, we required cumulative frequency column. Before also we discussed how to get cumulative frequency values are. The first value is same as the frequency column first value, and to get the second value add the first two values of the frequency column, and to get the third value add first three values of the frequency column, and so on. So here you can observe the first value is 6, so as it is we considered. To get the second value, 6 plus 28 we have to add, which gives you 34. And to get the third value, 6 plus 28 plus 51, which gives you 85. So in this way, remaining values also will find out. After getting this cumulative frequencies column, to find out the median, as we discussed in the earlier videos, the formula is L plus n by 2 minus cumulative frequency. Here n by 2, they denoted it with n1. So n1 minus cumulative frequency value divided by frequency into class width. Here the class width you can see it is 10. So I is equal to 10 already we got. And to get the L value and the CF value and F value, first of all we have to find out that n by 2 value. Here n is 100, as n is the total of frequencies value, which is 100. So 100 divided by 2 if you do, you'll be getting 50. So that 50 you have to observe in cumulative frequency column. If equal to value is there, then the corresponding row will be the median class. If equal to value is not existing, then the just greater than value in cumulative frequency column we have to observe, and the corresponding row will be the median class. Here 50 is not there in the cumulative frequency, and just greater than value we can observe it is 85. So the corresponding class is median class, and the lower limit of that class is 20, so L is equal to 20, and the corresponding frequency is 51, so F is equal to 51, and CF value is the preceding value of that 85, so which is 34. Substituting all these values, we can get the median value as 23.14, and once you found this median value, we have to find out the absolute deviations of mid values from the median. So here you can observe the middle values are 5, 15, 25, 35 and 45 mid values, and we have to find out the absolute deviations from 23.14. So 5 minus 23.14, which is 18.14, minus 18.14. As we are finding out the absolute deviations, so we have to ignore the signs. So after getting these absolute deviations values, we have to multiply this column with the frequencies column. So to get the total of frequencies multiplied by the absolute deviations of the mid values from the median. After getting this total, if you find out the ratio of this total to the total of frequencies, we will be getting mean deviation value. So which is 649.52 divided by 100, which gives you 6.4952. So after we get the mean deviation value, to find out the coefficient of mean deviation, we have to find out the ratio of mean deviation about median to the median. So that is 6.4952 divided by 23.14, which gives you 0.281. So this is how to calculate the mean deviation about median for continuous series. Now let us move to another example, which is mean deviation about mode for continuous series. And here is a series given to you where you can observe the class intervals and frequencies given to you. We have to find out the mode for this data. And the formula for that is L plus F1 minus F0 divided by 2 F1 minus F0 minus F2 multiplied by H. H is the class width. And here we can see the class width is 3. And how to find out the mode class is, first of all, we have to find out what is the highest value of frequencies. Here it is 35. So the corresponding class is called modal class, and the corresponding lower limit, so that is 58, is L here in this example, and the frequency F0 is the highest frequency value in frequency column, which is 35, and the preceding value of that frequency is F1 and the succeeding value is F2. So here the F1 value is 20 and F2 is 10. So substitute all these values into the formula and you are going to get the mode value as 59.125. Once you get the mode value, we have to find out the absolute deviations of the mid values from the modal value. Here how to find out the mid values already known to you. Find out the average of the lower and upper limit. Here the values are 53.5, 56.5, 59.5 and 62.5. So find out the deviations of these mid values from the modal value, and after finding out these deviations, multiply this column with the frequencies column to get the sum of the frequencies multiplied by the absolute deviations of mid values from the modal value. Here the total is 155.625. If we find out the ratio of this total to the total of frequencies, which is 75, we get mean deviation value. Here 155.625 divided by 75, which gives you 2.075. We can approximate it to 2. And now after getting this mean deviation, to find out the coefficient of mean deviation, we have to find out the ratio of mean deviation about mode to the modal value. Here it is 2 divided by 59.125, which gives you 0.03383. Let us assume that we have a town with n inhabitants. An appropriate location for a hospital or school is required to be made. Obviously, the location should be such that the average distance covered by any resident of the town is minimized. Let the distance of each resident of the town from any reference point is denoted by x, and the distance of the proposed site of the hospital or school from the same reference point is denoted by a. Then the distance covered by each resident to the proposed site is the absolute deviation of x from a, and the average distance is obviously the mean deviation. Now choose a such that the sum of the absolute deviation of x from a is minimized. Thus, we have to minimize the mean deviation. This is when a should be taken as median. Thank you so much all for watching this video.